Welcome to the Blackwater Report. Today, we will review the July 1st City Council meeting. Let's review.
Thank you. All right, the Executive Committee meeting is an open meeting. We are calling it to order.
First things first, Councilman Jordan brings up Main Street Milton and the Milton Historical Society here with the Imogene.
What would you like to add to the agenda, Councilman Jordan?
I would like to add the contract presented by Main Street Milton.
What contract is that, sir?
Main Street Milton presented a contract to manage and supervise the Imogene Theater, and I would like to bring that up for discussion.
Up next, we have Jennifer Green to tell us a little bit more about the water treatment facility.
I think the biggest thing that we wanted to tell you, and we really wanted to tell you this in person, is the governor signed the budget. The budget is, as the new fiscal year budget starts today, July 1, and your $500,000 was approved. So
awesome.
We're thrilled.
And thank you, Ms. Green, for helping out you and your team to help the City of Milton with our water treatment facility. Also, we want to say a big thank you to Milton City Attorney, Mr. Andrade, who helped us with House Bill 905 and keeping $1.3 million in Santa Rosa County. Thank you.
If I could tag on to that Tallahassee report for a moment, Mayor.
Yes, please do.
So the governor signed House Bill 905 last week. It was a bill that I ran as a transportation bill. Mayor Williamson and I worked on a House floor amendment that worked Santa Rosa County back into what's called the Small County Outreach Program at DOT. Could result in about $1.3 million more on road projects every year going forward. So that was a bit of good news. So we got vetoed. We got vetoed a lot, but we do have about $1.3 million more going towards roads in Santa Rosa County from now on.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Next on the agenda, we have Wings Over Milton. No, not these wings. These are different wings. These wings are wings painted on the walls of Mama Lattes, which, by the way, thank you, Mama Lattes. This is an excellent piece of art. We think you have an excellent business, and kudos to you. But back to this City of Milton meeting. The Wings Over Milton contest has still not yet been decided. In fact, what they're still trying to decide right now is where to put the art. Where will these wings go?
We have a motion to move this item forward for further discussion and action at council. Now, just to be clear, are you moving it forward for action to both choose the art as well as the location of the art? Is that what y'all are expecting to be able to do next week?
Possibly.
Next on the agenda is item 1328, Historic Milton Cemetery. This originally was supposed to be a discussion between the City of Milton and the Historic Milton Cemetery to finalize or clarify the paperwork between the city and the cemetery.
At the committee of the whole meeting, this council voted for the city manager and the city attorney and the cemetery board to sit down and work out some issues with the bylaws and the ordinance so that they may both be in compliance with one another and kind of mirror each other as it should be.
However, there was a letter drafted from Councilwoman Shannon Rice. This letter is what caused the Historic Cemetery Board to resign.
We're all in receipt of Ms. Rice's letter, and we're all here to resign tonight.
Just to be clear, the Historic Milton Cemetery has no board, so if you'd like to help out and volunteer at the Historic Milton Cemetery, contact Milton City Council. As we continue, it looks like the sanitation department gets one new full-time employee. Congratulations. The bad debt for the City of Milton of $7,457.92 was unanimously approved to be written off. The millage rate for the City of Milton, we're going to keep that at 32373, which is the current millage rate. Everyone on the council decided to continue that. We have a break. Next, the drug task force for the City of Milton is discussed, and it looks like, with the help of Councilwoman Heather Hathaway, we will have ourselves a citizens task force as well.
So the recommendation is to approval to create a citizen advisory task force to augment the narcotics task force and move it to the Public Safety Committee.
And I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion from Councilwoman Hathaway and a second by Councilwoman Holly to create a citizen advisory task force to augment the narcotics task force.
And next on discussion, we have Kaiser Cemetery, and Mr. Jorgensen has this to say.
Mayor, if I might,
Sure.
Reverend Smith, who is the treasurer of the Kaiser Cemetery Board, approached me following the discussions that occurred at the Committee of the Whole of last week. He has provided me with a 4-year operating history of the Kaiser Cemetery, to include a 4-year transaction log, all disbursements during that period of time, a treasurer's report for all 4 years, and I find them to be fairly extensive. I'll make those available to any member of council that would like to review prior to the council meeting next week. They're comprehensive from my perspective and are exactly the information that council had requested. We'll also add that the check was being held by the city, awaiting council action. I am of the opinion that the materials he provided satisfy at least my needs, and I hope yours. Please let me know if you'd like to look at the material he's provided. I have that in my office, and I'd ask for you to move this to the council.
Next, we have council reports, where Councilman Jordan brings up Main Street Milton. This takes about 30 minutes. And in the interest of time, Mayor Lindsay does this.
Well, just in the interest of time, since we already have a sense of a majority of the council, I will go ahead and ask the city manager to schedule this special meeting. And that way, we don't have to discuss this again next week. We can go ahead and get it on the calendar. And the city attorney said 7 to 10 days is enough time for him to work on the substantive issues. So let's not delay it.
We will coordinate appropriately.
Thank you, sir.
In the end, Mayor Lindsay calls a special meeting between Main Street and the city of Milton. This next portion is where Mayor Lindsay clarifies the 3-minute rule for some individual in the audience.
What you're getting drug into here. Okay?
Excuse me, stay in order. I hear someone saying he's gone over 3 minutes. If you remember what I said at the beginning of the meeting, there's a distinction. When people are appearing to talk about items that are not on the agenda, we hold them to 3 minutes. If the item is on the agenda, then the person may make remarks that go beyond 3 minutes.
It was me. I did it. Sorry, Jerry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just really hungry. Next, the light-up ceremony was mentioned. Then we get to item 1324, rules of order in the meetings. And it looks like the rules that Mayor Lindsay has put forth, everyone on the council seems to agree for the most part, and this will be moved forward to the next meeting. Next, the Blackwater report is brought up in the meeting. It seems the Blackwater report was mentioned based off the PSAs we have been putting out recently.
I wanted to compliment the Blackwater report. I thought they've done a great job on their PSAs. I've seen a couple of them recently. One featured Jeff Snow and one featured Shannon Rice. I was just curious if there was a cost to the city of Milton. Blackwater reports in the audience, they are shaking their heads no.
There is not.
There's no cost to the city of Milton for these PSAs. I just have a question, which I don't necessarily expect there to be an answer right now. It may take some thought, but when there's a public service announcement that has not been done at the cost of the city, but at the cost of someone who is not part of the city, and it's featuring a city council member, then is that a gift to that city council member? And if so, then I would just like for them to be notified so that they can update their gift disclosure forms.
At first blush, no.
Okay.
But if you'd like me to review that, I'm happy to review it.
And just as a reminder, this was of zero cost to the city. Our intent is not to charge the city. Our intent is to get the information to the people. And a few other items to complete the meeting. We have Detective Mischievich, which has received the Small Jurisdiction Officer of the Year. So congratulations, Detective Mischievich. We have a mention of Riverfest.
I don't have a duck in that race, therefore I shall serve as the judge.
And it looks like at the recommendation of Mr. Cook, Milton City is going to purchase a new work truck.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Mr. Cook, after seeing the job you did buying those 2 vans, if you support this, I'll have to stand.
And lastly, the splash pad was brought back up. Some money will be allocated to the engineers of the splash pad to help get this project moving along.
I have a motion from Councilman Powell and a second from Councilwoman Hathaway to approve this request of a $20,000, 330 additional cost to pay the engineer because of the additional services he had to provide.
Okay, thank you for watching the Blackwater Report. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If you'd like to see us do a video on something here in Milton, please let us know. And of course, everyone, be safe, have fun, and we'll see you at the next meeting. All right, real quick.